Thor Love and Thunder premiered last night, and it is premiering to fantastic reactions. We should state, of course, after these premieres, typically it's rave reviews unless something's pretty bad. Usually we get a little more of a discerning ear once we hear stuff from critics directly. However, these first reactions are really, really promising. They are calling the show vivid, vibrant, a total blast, and they reunite. Chris Hemsworth and Taika Waititi reuniting for this project really, really is what is the magic formula here, which is very exciting. Let's look at some of these tweets that people posted. All right. Another classic Thor adventure. Thor Love and Thunder is everything I wanted it to be. Big, colorful, weird, Guns N' Roses fueled battles to go with a hopelessly romantic story about discovering love in unexpected places. Christian Bale and Russell Crowe are especially great, and Korg. That comes from Eric Davis. From Jake, I saw Thor Love and Thunder. It can't quite match the visual or comedy bombast of Ragnarok, but Taika Waititi makes up for it with an emotionally mature Marvel movie. It's also very funny. Natalie's got jokes and features one of the most stunning visual sequences in MCU history. And all these reactions go on and on about how they are capturing the magic of Ragnarok. Most of the humor doesn't land as well as it did the first time, but Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman and Christian Bale do the best with it. All right. So not as rave, but we still have a little bit of that magic essence in there. Thor Love and Thunder is a rockin' great time with electrifying action, lots of laughs, the screaming goats, and a profound story on absent gods and our desire for love. Natalie Portman makes a mighty return, and Christian Bale slays as the terrifying Gorr, the best Thor film yet. Okay. So most folks are very, very into this film having come out fresh from the theater. I am very, very hyped about this, especially the screaming goats. I mean, come on. I'm very pumped about this. Does this move the needle at all for you, Rob, or is this exactly how you thought people were going to? No,
I'm already really excited for this movie. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that scares me is the Hot Toys index on this movie. How many Hot Toys are they going to make from this film? Because I want them all.
There's only one that matters, Rob.
I know you want Natalie Portman. I know you want Natalie Portman, but look, I want a Valkyrie. We were done dirty on Ragnarok. They didn't make her. I want Valkyrie. I want Gorr the God Butcher.
She better come with her ride too, right?
That's right, man. And a bottle of booze. But no, I'm really excited for this film. It looks great. I'm an unapologetic MCU lover. And I'm not one of these people like, well, Phase 4 has been disappointing. I've liked it. I've enjoyed I love Shang-Chi. You know, I like Black Widow. Is Black Widow the greatest thing ever? No, but it's a solid 3-star movie for me.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed what they've been doing. I thought Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, a lot of people might have been disappointed to the tune of almost $1 billion. I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was like a great summer annual. I didn't expect like it's going to change my world or rock my world the way Infinity War and Endgame did, a great 1-2 punch of fantasy filmmaking. But I'm really looking forward to this. I think it looks terrific. I mean, first of all, look at this picture. Come on. Gosh. Is he not like the most handsome man on planet Earth?
Yeah.
And look at the way he dresses. Look at how he rocks that 3-piece suit with the open collar.
We were just talking about this off camera.
He doesn't get buttons anymore.
Wow.
I love these.
Look at that guy. Come on, man.
Who needs buttons?
I don't know, but wow.
His chest holds the shirt up, so he doesn't need buttons.
That's right.
He's just got his pecs flexed, and that's how
it's this movie looks totally fun. I can't wait to see it. What more do you want? It sounds like it delivered the goods once again.
Exactly. And I understand what people are saying, too, about how this doesn't live up to maybe some of the humor or bombacity of Ragnarok.
Because we hadn't seen it before.
Exactly.
The freshness.
Was fresh. That was new. And I love the idea of how someone put it, a mature story, a romantic story.
And you know me. I'm a romantic. Hopeless romantic. A lot of people don't know that, but I am.
Ultimately, with Thor, what we've seen a lot of times is this kind of, even though he's a grown man, kind of an angsty teen, a rebellious teen, a partier who kind of wants to do his own thing. And I love the idea of him having to step up to the plate. You know, he really needs to take on the mantle of Thor should he be worthy again. And he's going to have to grapple with what that means and what kind of man and god he wants to be.
Can you imagine how much, look at this picture. How much fun must it have been to make this movie?
Oh my gosh.
There's a guy right there. Right there. That's the reason why I'm watching this film. Sorry, Rob. Christian Bale, the return of Christian Bale.
I mean, you know, we saw early on pictures of Gorr the God Butcher that were terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Before they'd release any images of him, and we couldn't show them to anybody because we'd get in trouble. But to know that he is in fact terrifying, that it's not some campy turn, that he can be both funny, but he's also terrifying. I love that, because my initial reaction to the images we saw, I was like, this is terrifying. I can't wait. You know,
Yeah.
I'm expecting a lot from this movie. I hope it's damn funny.
What date do we got on this? Sorry, I should have looked this up. It's like July
8th, I believe, is when this comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's real close.
And we have to figure out if we are seeing this out of the theater.
Yeah.
I really think, though, too. I mean, I was looking at everything we've seen of Gorr, knowing Gorr from the comics and everything. I wasn't going into this movie thinking this was going to be a laugh riot.
Right.
I felt like we were having a lot of fun setup for the trailers, and then Taika Waititi was going to do what Taika does. And, oh, yeah, there's fun jokes. Oh, yeah, there's really cool things that happen. I'm going to break your heart.
I didn't expect that. You know, I mean, if Thor's heart is going to get broken, like, again, I don't know.
I mean, in the last film, he lost his family. A lot of really devastating
Oh,
things
you're
happened.
right.
And I feel like that's what Taika Waititi does really, really well, is he pulls at the heartstrings while making you laugh. He talks a lot about chosen family. He does a lot of stuff about your duty versus yourself, is kind of a theme throughout a lot of his work. And that's what I'm expecting from this film, is to see a lot of that with a character that we're just very, very familiar with, who's been a big part of the MCU and, you know, our cultural zeitgeist.
Look, I'm looking. Marvel is. It continues to amaze me. This will be the 29th MCU film.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that the quality level is. I mean, people could talk about how it's slipping here and there, but I think not. I mean, what other franchise with Wakanda Forever? You're looking at 30 movies now. That's astonishing. The level of quality and entertainment value is amazing, and I can't.
It's what Netflix puts out in a month.
It's true.
It's wild. But I do think, too, Phase 4, and I've said this before, Phase 4 is a very, very big setup phase, right? We had a fire sale. Everyone went. Everyone who we knew and loved, who was at the heart of the MCU, for the most part, they're no longer part of it. So you have to build another team up. You can't just go, oh, hey, here's your new Avengers. Get used to it. We're not replacing members of a boy band. We are talking about something that we've been watching for over a decade.
Yeah.
That people are really, really passionate
I mean, we're
about.
14 years deep into this.
Yeah.
Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, Helix Sleep. Guys, let me tell you, just a couple of days ago, Ann and I received our Helix mattress, and it is the best mattress we have ever slept on in our entire lives. We had like this $3,000 specialized mattress that we got like 5-6 years ago, and we liked it very much, but this one completely outdoes it. It's night and day. And you can get matched with your perfect mattress too. See, Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just like a minute to complete, and it matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for somebody else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way that you sleep. I hopped online, took the Helix quiz, and Anna and I were matched with the perfect mattress for us. And it is so easy to set up. Simply take it out of the box, get it positioned on your mattress, take off the plastic, and then give it an hour or two to breathe to reach its full size, and you will not believe how comfortable this thing is. All you got to do is go to helixsleep.com/Campea. Take their 60-second sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. And it's risk-free. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix even has financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. And here's the best part. Helix is offering up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Campea.
Yeah. So you got to take your time. You got to treat her right. Give us these stories, set up what we need to know about these new characters, have our old familiars, tie everyone together. I think that's something that's going to happen in this film, too. Gorr the God Butcher. Like, come on. We got all these gods.
I think we're going to have less gods when the movie's over.
I think so.
And people have talked about that the post-credit scenes are really good, too.
Ooh, God.
You know what's interesting? You just said that. We've gone 14 years since this whole franchise started.
Yeah.
Let's think about that. Okay, so when we turned 14, the movies that came out when we were born, we thought, well, those are older movies. They're cool, but they're older movies. They're not, okay, but you're a 14-year-old right now, and you're like, oh, I got to watch this movie that came out when I was born as if it's a contemporary film because it's still relevant. That's never been done before. And
Yeah.
until you just said that, it really didn't click in my mind. To
That's
think
Oh, yeah.
about it
great
from someone that
perspective, yeah.
was born 14 years ago from their perspective, that's watching these reaction videos on YouTube and stuff of these movies. Like, we weren't watching reaction videos of movies that came out 14 years before. I mean, obviously that didn't exist, but you know what I mean? Like, we weren't like, oh wow, I gotta catch up on all these movies that came out when I was born.
Yeah.
You know, that's never been done in the history of cinema. That's pretty crazy to think about.
No, it is really wacky. I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about it, like, if for me, when I was 13 years old, The Empire Strikes Back came out. So you go back and think about that. The 13 movies like Jaws and The Exorcist and Clockwork Orange and Patton and Star Wars and Superman the movie and how many James Bond movies all came out in the 13 years of my life up to seeing Empire Strikes Back. So if you're a kid now and you're 14, all that stuff to watch, I mean, it's pretty incredible.
It's a lot.
And you're now going to be at the end of this year 30 movies deep. 30 movies, which is basically 60 hours. 60 hours. I mean, that's like multiple seasons of television. That's incredible. I mean, for them, you know, I know, Rob, I'm a Marvel shill. I sound like one. But if you think about it in Hollywood history, nothing like this has ever happened.
Every time someone says that we're Marvel shills, though, and then is like, but you're so mean to Star Wars. Did y'all miss the memo where they're owned by the same people? I don't understand how I can be getting paid by one and
Look,
trashing the other.
I mean, I think Star Wars and Empire are two of my most beloved movies of all time. You know, I saw Empire Strikes Back 26 times in the theater.
That's so
and,
amazing.
And I'm
so jealous of
I
that.
sat in the same seat every time too. I love Star Wars. I just wish it was better now, because it used to be great.
And I feel like a lot of the MCU, right? I think we're looking at it with rose-colored glasses a lot of time. And if you look at those original movies, do they still hold a candle to what we're seeing? Some of them, absolutely. Some of them really stood the test of time. Others I've gone back and watched and gone, oh, I'm really happy with where we are in our storytelling. I'm really happy we've moved on from this. Or gosh, our effects have gotten better. It's just wild to think that all of this started. Tony Stark built this with a box of scraps in a cave is basically how we started.
By the
with
way, you know, we
MCU.
watched John and I watched Iron Man for Movie Club.
Oh, yeah.
And I was struck, because I hadn't seen it in a while, I was struck at just how good it still is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the fact that it isn't hugely overblown or overwrought. It really is a character piece about this man who has a crisis of conscience and changes his mind, and the world is not at stake. It's a company at stake, and it's one man taking on his mentor who turns out to be a monumental douchebag.
And you can't lose with the montage of some dude, some girl building their own thing themselves. You know, that's always gotten me, no matter what it was about. Just being in there, putting something together, and trying it out that's all that movie was to me. It's such a great thing to put in a movie when things just don't appear out of nowhere or come together because of these glows that put them together. When you're on an actual bench in the garage putting stuff together, is what happens in everyday life. And to build something fantastic like that always gets to me.
Yeah.
Do you feel that same way about montages in general? Like, are you excited for the Thor Get Fit regimen that we're supposed to see in this?
Of course, because you know that song, whatever they choose, is gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be dope.
This
If you
soundtrack is
fail
gonna be
at
banging.
putting a good song to that part where he's doing that, then you need a new sound.
Okay,
guy.
I got a question for you, because I have not seen the movie.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if it's Star-Lord who says, you want a workout song?
Oh,
and lets
gives him
him
his
use
mixtape.
a song
Use
that's
his
on
Zune?
his tape or Zune.
Oh,
What if it's Star-Lord that gives Thor the piece of music he needs?
What is he using now? A Zune, right?
Zune,
Microsoft
yeah,
Zune?
but can you
Maybe he's
imagine?
upgraded.
I want to see. I want Peter Quill's mother to provide the music
Was the Zune in like
for,
a trailer?
for Thor's workout regimen. Can I have that, please?
I would like that.
Yeah,
I
that's
you
a great
know-
idea. Using that mixtape.
And you know, if that happens, then that makes sense in the trailer where he takes off his shirt and shows his new body.
Yeah.
And it lands on Star-Lord. That would all make sense. That's a good call.
think that'd be really fun.
If I made the movie, that's what I would do. but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it happens or not.
This is and this is the physical media that I still get. I'm gonna totally buy this vinyl. I'm sure the soundtrack is gonna be so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be so fantastic. Oh well, guys, the question though is for you. What do you think about these first reactions? Does it move the needle for you? Are you excited about Love and Thunder, or do you think this is all overhyped at this point in time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.